Dream Team? It's your boy D Neil back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with the start of James Acaster's Bake Off story. I'm so excited to dive into this. Before we do, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. And we already reacted to James Acaster in the British Bake Off, so let's get the story behind it.
Hated Britain for a while now. The last British thing that pushed me over the edge happened last year, actually. September. I'll give you a bit of context before I tell you this story. Start of this story, I haven't slept in 36 hours and I got the worst jet lag of my life. That's very important details so you understand my behaviour throughout the story, right?
Okay.
So I haven't slept in 36 hours and I got the worst jet lag of my life. Now, I don't know about you lot, but if I haven't slept in 36 hours and I'm currently experiencing the worst jet lag of my life, the last thing I want to do on a list of things that I want to do is the Great British Bake Off. That's just me. I'd rather not. So it's full on, actually.
That not sleeping for 36 hours with jet lag is actually crazy, dog. I can imagine not wanting to do the British break. I can imagine. I can understand it, James.
Now, I've given you context there, haven't I? And I gave that context multiple times on camera. So many times in that tent, I kept saying it. I haven't slept in 36 hours. This is the worst jet lag I've ever had in my life. And they cut all that out the edit and made me look like a freewheeling madman fucking up for no reason. Zero baking experience. The amount of times I had to ask Ryland for help was frankly undignified. Then I got to make flapjacks, which, spoiler alert, I made porridge, by the way. It's a disgusting porridge. The only consolation was that I knew contractually Paul Hollywood had to eat it. And technical was even harder than the signature. Main reason I said yes to it in the first place, because all my comedy friends who'd done it in the past told me the technical was really easy. They were like, oh, honestly, James, the whole point of that technical is I want to encourage people at home who haven't baked before to bake and raise money for Stand Up to Cancer. So we'll show them how easy it is to bake from scratch. So it's a really detailed recipe, people on standby to help you out if needs be, and stuff like fairy cakes or gingerbread biscuits. Easy stuff, nothing complicated like, I don't know, off the top of my head, 6 identical cream horns. They won't make you do that. That'd be beyond unreasonable if they made you make 6 identical things you've never seen with your eyes before. You have no concept of. Just imagine a thing out of nowhere, then conjure it into existence with skills you do not possess. Then replicate that 5 more times to competition standard, please. Yeah.
Oh, they did my guy dirty, dog. They did him dirty. He got convinced by his comedian friends, man. They told him it was easy. They told him, no problem. Don't need experience. None needed. You got this. He got on there and they make him do the impossible, dog.
Replicate that 5 more times to competition standard, please. Yes, we're filming it. Why wouldn't we be filming it?
Oh my God.
And at this point, I was crashing hard. It's 40 plus hours no sleep, and all the way through the signature, I was necking black coffees one after the other. I know that doesn't sound like a tough guy move. A little bit more context for you. Way back in 2013, I completely cut caffeine out of my diet. So for 5 years, I'd had no caffeine in my system whatsoever. And then, and I don't think many people have said this sentence before, I fell off the wagon during Bake Off. At one point, I had to make a creme pat. Still don't know what that is. That's all the recipe said. Make a creme pat, like proper Bake Off prison rules. May as well have said ha 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 after it. I know I had to stir custard for it, and I also know that everything I'm about to tell you didn't make the edit. None of this was broadcast, and I know that because I stirred that custard for 45 minutes.
Oh.
45 minutes, I'm pretty sure, is roughly the length of an entire episode of Bake Off. I don't think the whole episode was just me blacking in and out of consciousness while nothing happened to some custard. That's 45 minutes of my life, and of a cameraman's life. The same guy was putting in a shift. That was all the footage he got for 45 minutes. He couldn't intervene because of David Amber's code or whatever. Even though he morally objected to it, he has to let it play out.
No, I would legit be absolutely falling asleep. 36 hours not sleep, worst jet lag of your life. I'm falling asleep, dog. I gotta take a nap somewhere. I can't just go straight into the show. I need sleep. It's a necessity.
At one point, they sent a producer along behind the cameraman to ask me some questions to get some more energy out of me. She's like, "Hey James, what you got in that tin over there? What's in the tin, mate?"
Oh my god.
That's some excess pastry. Well, we rolled out too much pastry earlier. I had to cut some of the pastry off of the main bit of pastry. I was gonna. Your bin's too far away, actually. So I put it in a tin. It's in a tin now.
Oh my god.
When I told her there was pastry in the tin, she starts proper laughing her head off, like full on laughing her head off. Now look, I've been a comic long enough now to know when a joke's getting more than it deserves, especially when it weren't even a joke. It was a fact I was telling her about what was in the tin. So now I'm worried. Maybe I've made a mistake, so I look for reassurance. That's okay, right? That's okay, I'll put pastry in the tin. Sorry, James. I'm actually not allowed to say, but put it this way. Oh dear. Was it not
Sorry, James. I'm not allowed to say, but put it this way. Oh dear. I understand it. They just trying to get his energy up. They just trying to get him. Know what I'm saying? James Acaster, funny comedian. It was hilarious. They trying to get him into that persona. They trying to pick his energy up. So she got to laugh and go over the top and do all of that, which is completely understandable. It's her job. Show needs views. Trying to raise money for cancer. Got to pick his energy up. He's dying. He's dying in there. Got to do something.
Right on! Was I not about to do that? Tell me now. Tell me now. They're both laughing now. The cameraman is just Blair Witching it all over the shop, really letting himself go. I'm looking at both of them. I'm looking at the custard. I'm looking at the tin. My body clock's going haywire. All my anxieties are building up inside of me. I didn't know I was going to say anything. I didn't know anything was going to come out my mouth. But I'm still stirring the custard. I'm swaying back on my heels. And I looked down the barrel of the camera, and all my emotions just surged out of me. And I went, "This doesn't feel nice!" Which is too real for Bake Off. Bake Off is a light entertainment show. We watch it to switch off and feel optimistic about cake and friendship. You don't go, "Oh, gather around, family. Let's watch a young man unload his mental health issues directly into our living room. That'll be enjoyable." This doesn't feel nice! Very good episode of Bake Off, isn't it?
That was definitely funny. Definitely appreciate my guy James Acaster. Absolutely hilarious comedian for me. And I'm glad to get some insight behind that British Bake Off. That's all we got. Make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up. It's your boy D Neil. Out.